Imagine being alone and stranded with nowhere to go, with only support of yourself. This is the life immigrants live on a daily basis, and we must put an end to it. Hello, my name is Viviana Guzman, and I'm a sophomore at Banneker, and my issue is the dehumanization and mistreatment immigrants face when they arrive to America. Why should they be treated differently just because they're not like us? Separating immigrants and U.S. citizens creates challenges because immigrants bring in new ideas, customs, and traditions that could benefit U.S. citizens. This is why U.S. citizens should open their doors to these immigrants in order to expand their ideas. In an NPR article, it stated that immigrants are living in Texas detention centers with horrible conditions and without the necessity one needs to survive. It was said these people weren't even receiving enough food, and on top of that, these children were being looked over by other children their ages as well, around the ages 7 to 8. They belong with their families, not in detention facilities. In an independent article called "Trump Says Migrants Living Far Better Now in Detentions Day After Images of Crowded Cages" published, our former President Donald Trump has lied repeatedly, and even went as far as to deny them their basic human rights, and stated that if these aliens were not happy in the conditions they were being held in, they should simply not come. Aliens was what he referred to the immigrants as. Unfortunately, this is not an option. Immigrants come to America to have a better life and build a better future for themselves and their families, so they can't just leave and go back. In an article called "What Biden Can Do on Immigration," opponents of illegal immigration say that people who break the law by crossing U.S. border without proper documentation or by overstaying their visas should be deported and not awarded a path to citizenship. But in the exact same article, it stated that immigrants bring good values, they have motivations, they're consistent with the American dream, and on top of that, they're willing to work jobs that Americans won't take. So would it really be a bad thing to have immigrants? Let's move on. According to the science is clear, separating families has long-term damage, psychological, and health consequences for children, families, and communities. Stated that being separated causes a major negative effect in their future life, especially if they already suffer from other negative effects. Being separated can cause an increase for mental health problems, poor social functioning, insecure attachment, disrupted stress reactivity, and mortality. All of this determines how they will respond to stress in the long term, which is most likely to be in a negative way. Stressors during adolescence can have lasting impacts, the effects of which may not become evident until adulthood. U.S. citizens of Latino descent tend to have more worries and concerns for their families and their communities as a result of changes in the immigration policies. This is why we must fix the ways immigrants and newcomers are being treated. No human being, immigrant or not, should be kept in cages in horrible conditions. This must be changed.